Are we live?
We are.
Hey, everybody, it's Dale Jr. with the Dale Jr. Download. You are obviously tuned in on the Dirty Mo Media YouTube channel. Thanks for following Dirty Mo Media on YouTube and all of our other social media handles. This is brought to you by Nationwide, so we appreciate Nationwide for sponsoring this portion of the show. So let's get right to it. Let's get your questions going.
All right, first question. This is kind of funny that this came in because we mentioned this earlier in the show. You did, Dale, but at Sunny Sherry 73 wants to know, was Suitcase Jake from the 3 movie a real person?
Yes. So Jake Elder is the guy, Suitcase Jake. He was a crew chief in the Cup Series back in the 70s and 80s, and they called him Suitcase Jake because he didn't stick around very long. He moved from team to team. He was very successful where he went, always improving cars and making them better, but I don't know whether he was hard to get along with or whether he just was restless and couldn't stay grounded or stay anywhere too long, but they called him Suitcase Jake because he was apt to be packed up and out the door before you knew it. Mid-season, it was just crazy the things, the teams he went to and moved around a ton. So, yeah, Suitcase Jake.
Josh wants to know, what has been the biggest difference going to the racetrack every week as a driver versus a broadcaster?
Well, as a driver, you don't have as a broadcaster, you don't have pressure to perform, right? I mean, obviously you can't be bad at broadcasting, but so you get a little nervous about going on TV and saying something stupid. We said plenty. You say plenty of stupid things during any given weekend on the broadcast. And if you watched the race this past weekend, I'm sure that I said some things that were pretty dumb. But we're human, so you're gonna be you're not always gonna be right. But the one thing that's not there is the pressure to perform. As a driver, the pressure to win and run well, no matter who you are, no matter what car you're driving, it is immense, intense, uncomfortable, and it's hard, it's stressful, and and we're in the thick of it right now with these playoffs. Going into the Roval, it's and as we get on into the further rounds, it's going to get more and more difficult for these guys and tougher on these guys. And I do not envy the position any of those guys are in. I know driving race cars is glamorous and exciting and thrilling, and they get paid a lot of money, and it's just a great way to make a living. But this particular part of it is very, very tough. And you don't even think about those benefits and positives to it in those moments when you're stressing over your lap time and the balance of the car and communication with your team and the success you had or lack of success you've had over the last couple of weeks. You forget all about the positives, and you're just, this miserable person trying to succeed, and it can make you pretty miserable. So I'm glad that that's sort of something I don't have to deal with anymore, or at least in the broadcast booth. It's just a fun experience. We have a lot of fun up there goofing around and having fun calling these races.
Donkey Evo is on YouTube live chat, and he says that he has ran some modifieds with you in the early days of iRacing, and he's always been curious, what is your favorite car on the service?
That's a tough one. I used to really love the late model stock car on there, but I haven't ran the service really enough to have a favorite on the asphalt side. The tire models changed a lot since I was running on a regular basis, and I'd have to run all the cars thoroughly to really pinpoint one. But I'm enjoying the heck out of the dirt side, and running the modifieds over there are a lot of fun. The sprint cars, the crate late models and stuff like that. All that stuff's a good time on the dirt side. So that's been I got a rig coming here in a few weeks, and hope to get back on iRacing a little more regularly.
David Solomon has been asking a lot lately on Twitter. Dale, where is your 2001 Pepsi 400 car located today? Was it ever raced again after that race?
Well, I got the side off of it in my shop at home. I think we did reskin that car, and they cut the side off. They let me have that side because after the race down the back straightaway, after we took the checkered, Matt Kenseth come down the back straightaway, and me and him rubbed cars, and it has donuts all the way down the right side of the car from that. And so Tony Jr. said, "Hey, I'm gonna cut this off if you want it." I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." And I think they reskinned that side, and we took that car and raced it a couple more times, and I don't know whatever happened to it. I don't know where that car is today. I imagine if it's anywhere, it's at Teresa's at the shop at DEI.
Jason M is on YouTube, and he says, J. Cole gave you a shout out on his album. What life advice did you give him?
Yeah, it was he has at the back end of the album he released several years ago, he said that he met me and I forget who else it was in an elevator, and he's like, man, what they said was so powerful. I don't remember exactly how he worded it, but it was a joke. But it actually, so we never met, but it actually did connect us. Like we ended up doing a shoot together for what was that?
ESPN
the magazine, which was a lot of fun to be able to hang out with him, talk with him. We spent some time and he shot some basketball and stuff.
Leonardo Ross wants to know, do you have a favorite beer?
The coldest one in the cooler. I don't really have a favorite. Right now I'm drinking those Bud 55s and Bud Lights and Miller Lights and Coors Lights and just kind of bouncing around on all that. I still got, Budweiser's close to my heart because of the relationship we had, obviously, all those years. But I don't mind drinking, a Coors or a Miller Lite every once in a while too. So.
Scott LaRock, he's asking for some fantasy football advice. He says he's lost Breeze, Roethlisberger, and Cam Newton.
Wow.
Do you have any recommendations or a dark horse that he can pick up?
That guy for the Giants that played yesterday did freaking awesome. So, and honestly, I don't know how long he'll start, but the Keenum for the Redskins, he's put up some decent numbers. I think, I don't know, it's so hard this year with fantasy football.
Quarterbacks are dropping like flies.
Who's filling in for Roethlisberger?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Don't know this guy's name.
Mike Gibson wants to know, what do you think about your dad's car being the pace car for Talladega?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So Dad's car that he won his last race with at Talladega will be pacing the field. Richard Childress is going to drive it, so that'll be pretty cool to see. I'm excited to that visually will be pretty emotional, I'm sure, for a lot of people, me included. Can't wait to see it.
And last question, Chris wants to know, what does your shirt say? You can't really see it here on our
This
YouTube
is actually a
stream.
Talladega shirt. I stole the pace car. So in, I think, 1985 or 6, a fan jumped in the pace car in the middle, right before the race was getting ready to start. Jumped in the pace car. Somebody had left it unattended with the keys in it. And he took off around the racetrack. It was a red Pontiac pace car. And they had to create a roadblock off of turn 4 to slow this guy down and stop him. And, man, did they yank him out of that car. Boy, did they manhandle this guy when he stopped and they opened the. So the funny part about it is when they got him stopped, they went up to the door to unlock it, and he kept locking it back. They would unlock it, and he's locking it back.
Oh, my gosh.
He's a little inebriated.
No.
1986.
But they drug him out
Wow.
by, his hair. It was awful. But, yeah, I stole the pace car. So, yeah, Talladega's making a bunch of retro shirts kind of like this, and I like it.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's cool.
All right, that's it for today.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it. Thanks to Nationwide for sponsoring the Ask Junior segment of the podcast. It'll be out later tonight, the entire podcast, and obviously we want to watch it on NBCSN tomorrow. Am I right?
You are 5 o'clock and 9 p.m. 5 p.m. and 9 p.m.
5 and 9 p.m. tomorrow
Yeah.
on NBCSN. Thank you, guys.